Tonight, if you lean in and press your lips against someone else's, you will not think twice about it. It will feel natural, obvious even, like something that has always been done, like breathing or blinking or the pull of gravity. But here is the strange part. Nobody taught you to kiss. Nobody taught your parents either. And for most of human history, across most of the world, the kiss as you know it did not exist. So when did it start? And why? Your brain is a time machine wrapped in bone. Every behavior you repeat without thinking is in some sense a message from the past. You scratch when you itch. You flinch at sudden noise. You reach for warmth when you are cold. These are ancient programs written long before language, long before cities, long before the concept of romance had a word. The kiss, it turns out, is more complicated than any of them, and its history is far stranger than anyone expected. For a long time, scientists assumed that kissing was universal, a natural human instinct, something baked so deep into the species that every culture on every continent must have discovered it independently. Then, in 2015, a pair of researchers named William Jankowiak and Shelley Volsche set out to test that assumption. What they found stopped the field cold. Jankowiak and Volsche analyzed ethnographic records from 168 cultures around the world. They were looking for evidence of the romantic kiss, the kind shared between adult partners as an expression of desire or affection. In only 77 of those 168 cultures, less than half, did they find it. Some of the remaining cultures replaced it with cheek pressing, nose rubbing, or simply breathing in one another's scent. Others showed no evidence of lip-to-lip contact between partners at all. The Mehinaku people of Brazil, when first observed by anthropologists, described kissing as disgusting. An exchange of saliva, a contamination. That reaction is telling. It means that for much of the world, the kiss was not instinct, it was learned, imported, spread like language or clothing or belief from one group to another through contact and time. So where did it begin? The oldest written record of something resembling the romantic kiss comes from ancient South Asia. Vedic Sanskrit texts dating to around 1500 BCE describe the pressing of lips together as a form of affection. Scholars like Von Bryant, an archaeologist and palynologist at Texas A&M University, have argued that this is likely where the romantic kiss as a documented, named, intentional act first appears in the human record. From South Asia, the practice may have traveled westward with trade, with armies, with migration. The ancient Greeks, for their part, had multiple words for kissing depending on who you kissed and why. They kissed in greeting, in reverence, in desire. Alexander the Great and his campaigns spread Greek customs into Persia and beyond. Roman soldiers carried the practice further still. And yet, simultaneously, across sub-Saharan Africa, across the indigenous Americas, across much of the Pacific, communities were living full emotional lives without it. This raises a deeper question. If the kiss is not universal, if it had to be invented and then spread, what was it that got invented exactly? What does a kiss actually do? Your lips are among the most nerve-dense structures on your body. They contain more sensory receptors per square millimeter than almost anywhere else on your skin. When you press them to another person's lips, your brain is not passively registering the contact. It is running a detailed chemical analysis. In 2007, anthropologist Helen Fisher of Rutgers University argued that kissing serves as a form of mate assessment. Your saliva contains cortisol, which signals stress levels. It contains testosterone, which correlates with libido. It carries traces of your immune profile, encoded in proteins called major histocompatibility complex molecules, which help your body determine genetic compatibility. Your brain, in milliseconds, is processing all of it. A bad kiss, Fisher suggests, is not just unpleasant, it is informative. It can end a relationship that seemed promising because something chemical, something beneath conscious thought, said no. So even if the romantic kiss was invented, it was not invented randomly. It latched onto a sensory system that was already there, already powerful, already wired to pay close attention to closeness. But there is another theory, older and stranger. Some researchers believe that the kiss has a much more ancient and humbling origin. Long before it meant romance, it may have meant food. In the animal kingdom, many species transfer chewed food from mouth to feed their young. Chimpanzees do it, some birds do it. Early human mothers, before the invention of weaning foods, may have done it too, pressing pre-chewed food from their lips to an infant's lips. If that is true, then the very first kiss was not desire.
It was sustenance. It was survival. And over hundreds of thousands of years, as infants grew and culture developed, the mouth-to-mouth contact that once meant nourishment became associated with warmth, with safety, with love. That theory is speculative. It cannot be confirmed. But it has a logic to it, and it has a poetry to it as well. The idea that something so intimate, something that now carries so much weight in your relationships and your memory, may have begun as a mother feeding a child. There is still another layer to this. Across cultures that do have the romantic kiss, the meaning of the act shifts dramatically. In some cultures, kissing in public is considered deeply private, even indecent. In others, it is greeting, performance, declaration. In some languages, there is no single word for it. In others, there are many. The kiss you know is not one thing. It is a category of behavior that different societies have filled with different content, different rules. And yet something persists across all of them. The close breath, the proximity, the lowering of the boundary between self and other. Whether it is a romantic kiss in Paris, a forehead kiss from a grandparent, a greeting kiss on each cheek in Beirut, or a mother breathing onto her infant's face in the Amazon. Something similar is happening at a biological level. You are allowing another person into your immediate sensory space. You are signaling trust. You are saying, with your body, I am not afraid of you. Biologist Robin Dunbar of Oxford University, who spent decades mapping the neural and social architecture of human bonding, has written that physical closeness and touch are among the most powerful triggers for the release of endorphins in the human brain. Kissing, in this light, is not just romantic. It is neurochemical. It is a drug that your body produces in response to closeness. And the reason it exists at all is because your species is one of the most socially dependent creatures that has ever walked the earth. Your ancestors did not survive because they were the fastest or the strongest. They survived because they trusted each other enough to sleep in the same place, share the same fire, hunt in groups, and raise children together. The mechanisms that built that trust, including the press of lips, the exchange of breath, the flooding of the brain with warmth, were survival tools before they were love stories. So tonight, when you lean in, when you close that small distance, your brain will not run any of these calculations consciously. You will not think about Vedic texts or cortisol or major histocompatibility complex molecules. You will just feel it. You will feel that strange magnetic pull that makes two people want to be as close as possible, even when they are already close. That pull is very old, older than writing, possibly older than language. It was there in your ancestors' bodies, before they had a word for it, before they had a ceremony for it, before they had any idea what it was or why they felt it. They just leaned in, and so do you.